Peace in, it's Maisha, please. Okay, so this review is going to be about Star Trek Beyond. Anyway, let me just hit on the acting first in this. The acting is great. You could tell these actors have great chemistry because their acting together is just great. No complaints on anybody's acting. I especially loved Chris Pine, Zachary Quinto. Oh my gosh, y'all. I love Zachary Quinto. Zachary Quinto is like one of my favorite actors, period. From Star Trek to American Horror Story, this man, I just love this man's acting so much. He always plays the best characters. I love him. Anton Yelchin, Simon Pegg, Carl Urban, Zoe Saldana, John Cho, and then new people who we're gonna talk about. Oh, and I just want to say R.I.P. Anton Yelchin. R.I.P. But I also wanted to talk about these two new actors in the movie that did really good. Sophia Boutella, I don't know. Her, Sophia, and Idris Elba. Sophia did such a good job playing a badass character. Her female character was just wow. She knew how to play those action scenes really well. She knew what to like. Her presence in it was very well. And in the trailer, I didn't know if she was going to have any significant role, but in the movie, even though her screen time wasn't all that big and grand, she did play a pretty significant role. I think she played her character well enough for you to see that her character had significance in the movie. And Idris Elba, oh my gosh, this man, I love this man so much, especially when he plays villains. Idris Elba knows how to play some villains, y'all. He knows how to do it well. His voiceovers for these villains are just awesome. He's just really good. I think his deep voice gives it that menacing feel. Awesome, yeah. Root for him. You just kind of want to root for him sometimes. You know he's so evil that you want to root for him. He's so good. Sometimes I just want him to stay as a villain forever, but I also want him to venture out, so I can't have him stick as a villain forever. But all his character roles as a villain have always been so amazing. He's just that great of an actor. Wow. And it's funny how I was thinking about Zoe Saldana like days before I saw this movie. I'm like, man, I need to see more of Zoe Saldana. Zoe Saldana is so good to me as an actress. I need to see more of her for real. She needs to venture out more and do things too. But the whole cast did a very good job. I really approved of the acting. The aesthetics was great. Aesthetics, of course, were going to be great. But they did a very good job with that. And I'm proud of that because with movies like this, it's like they need to have really good aesthetics. You can't just pass it off as decent. They have to be really good. And they did that really well. I would say it would be better to see this movie in like IMAX or something. I wish I saw it in IMAX. I know it would have been such an amazing visual experience, but I didn't. But I recommend seeing it in like IMAX or 3D or something because I know the visual experience will be mind blowing. It was just that great aesthetically, and that was just me seeing it in normal screen setting. So see that movie in like 3D or IMAX. See it. Now I want to talk about the bad things that I didn't really care for in this movie. That would be probably the pacing sometimes in the movie. I'm not saying I need action all the time, I really don't, but sometimes I feel like the pacing was just too slow. Like they were setting it up for, the big hoo-ha, that the pacing just kind of slowed down. And you're just wondering, okay, when you're going to move on to the next thing, okay, come on, let's kind of fast forward this and go to the next thing because it's taking a very long time to get there. And I know you're trying to set it up, but I don't know. And it's not like, even though they do have a lot of characters in this movie, it's not like the characters were the reason why the pacing was so slow because they knew how to place all these characters and have them significant in like one scene. They knew how to do that very well, which is really good because there's some movies that don't know how to handle a whole bunch of characters. So the fact that they had a lot is really good, and that they can handle them well is really good. But yeah, the pacing in this movie was kind of iffy from time to time. I really wish that would have been a little bit better. And the last thing that I didn't really care for, which I just don't really like, is when you have in movies, sometimes they'll mention something or they'll hint at something and then they don't talk about it later on or further on, or they don't connect it to really just kind of like a saying, oh yeah, this is what happened, and yeah, this is talk about it, and they're trying to use it kind of like a background information, but you could tell that this set a seed into it, so you need them to kind of talk about a little bit more, but they don't. And I really don't like when they do that in movies because it kind of leaves you open in the air, like, okay, so what happened? What happened with this? Did you talked about it? You know, the importance of it had to be there. What happened with it? You know, I guess we'll never know. Maybe you'll talk about it in the next movie. Who knows? I just really don't like when that happens, though. Other than that, the movie was great. Like I said, the acting was good. Besides the slow parts, the other parts were really good. The aesthetics, you guys know how I love beautifully aesthetic movies, and they hit that one really well. So I recommend this movie. Go see it because it was very good. Um, I would say I'm not gonna say that it was the best movie in the world. I'm not gonna even go up there and say it was like my top list movies, but I feel like I need to see this movie again just so I could fully get a true experience. Like I want to see it again so I could really analyze it fully and have a really good visual experience. And that's why I will see this movie again. So, I recommend this movie. Go see this movie. Prosper. And this is Maisha, please. Peace out.